Hey y'all, this is Hooked on Houseplants. My name is Darlena, aka Chula, and welcome. Today is going to be an updates video. I'm just going to kind of walk around and show you some things that are happening in my collection, both good and bad. But I want to start off by telling you or reminding you of the Difficult Diva plant challenge that I talked about in my last video. So if you have not seen that video, please watch that video and choose or put down in the comment section which plant you would like to see me grow. The philodendron melanochrysum or the philodendron verrucosum. So I need you to vote, put down in the comment section which plants you would like to see me grow, okay? And whatever one gets the most votes, of course, that is the one that I will purchase, and I will keep you all updated on the process, okay? All right, so let's get started. First, I want to show you what's going on with my Monera Burl Marks Flame. Mr. Burl Marks is doing very well, as you can see, and he has a new leaf coming up. So far this has been a easygoing plant for me. He has not stopped growing since I purchased him. I do have this plant in self-watering, and I want to show y'all the roots. It may just be, wait a minute, sorry, the environment that I have the plant in, but he seems to be kind of thirsty. So, yep. Burl Marks Flame doing very well, pushing out new growth. Okay, next up on the list is my philodendron spiritus sancti. And this is another plant that has been doing very well for me. Actually, both the Monera Burl Marks Flame and this one, I've only had them a couple of months, and they have not stopped with the growth. So this is the newest growth point on this plant, as you can see. I might have to help it out a little bit because it looks like it's kind of stuck, but that's the new leaf coming out. But it just gave me this leaf, and as you can see, it's already starting to get those elongated leaves that I love so much. This plant is also in a self-watering pot, and I'm sure you can see those roots coming out the bottom. So yep, it's doing very well. Okay, then next up is my Hoya elliptica. That, y'all, this plant is just taking off with the growth. It's growing so well for me. Not really expecting it to flower because, like I told you, I only have one Hoya that has ever flowered for me, and that's the Croniana Silver. But yeah, it has lots of new growth. This is a new little leaf. It looks like it's sun stressed on the end because I have this plant right underneath a grow light. It's another little leaf. So yeah, it's just been giving me non-stop growth. I love the design on these leaves. very nice Hoya elliptica. Okay, another Hoya that I want to show you that is also doing very well is my Snow Queen. Now, when I purchased this plant, it had this leaf and this leaf. But since in my care, it has already put out this one, which is the biggest leaf of them all. And then it started working on this one, and this one has not hardened off, so I'm expecting it to size up a little bit more. And as you can see, it has another little growth point there, but at the same time, it's been growing this one. Now this one is looking a little bit suspect. I don't see any pest on it, but I don't know. It's just looking a little different. But the point is that it's growing both of these at the same time. So maybe it's spending more of its energy on this one, and maybe that's why this one is looking like that. I don't know, just a theory, but it's growing very well for me. So both the Spiritus Sancti as well as the Burrow Marks Flame, I grow them up on the top shelf. I just took them down because I didn't feel like climbing up there this morning to show you, but that's where they sit, on the very top shelf under the grow light. And then, oh, the elliptica as well sits up there. So all three of those. And then the Snow Queen sits over here in this spot, right there underneath that grow light. And since we're over here, I may as well show you what's going on over here. Of course, my philodendron Burrow Marks variegated does not disappoint. Is doing very well with the variegation. I've had to remove a couple of leaves that were entirely green, but for the most part, it's been putting out variegated leaves. So I'm happy to see that. Now, my Friedeck, y'all, is still struggling a little bit. It had a lot of leaves, and now it's just down to 3. And for some reason, the tips are kind of yellowing, but it's no longer in pond. I just have it in the Fox Farm soil, ocean forest. And as you can see, look at those roots. So it's definitely growing very well. But it did have root rot, so it might be putting all its energy back into the roots first. Okay. And let me see what else I want to show you while I'm over here. Oh, I do want to show you that I did pot up the Aglaonema spathanema or Rio. In my last video, I told you that was my plan, to pot them up together to make a fuller looking plant. And it's given fuller plant vibes. I'm thinking though that this plant is one of those plants that just has the tendency to kind of look, I don't know, kind of bare, or it grows, I don't know the growth pattern, but it does look a little more full with both plants combined together. So I'm happy with that. Also, my Hoya globulosa just put out this new leaf for me and is working on another one. This plant came to me with just these 2 leaves. So yeah, it's growing nicely. I also showed you these 3 cut-ups that just are not doing anything for me. In the last video, I still had them in water, so I did pot them up in soil. So I'm gonna give them another month or 2 to see if they activate or do anything, and if not, I might put them in, oh, I forgot, what is that black stuff called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. They use it in fish tanks. I can't think of the word. But yeah, so if they don't do anything in the next couple of months, I might put them in that substrate to see how they do. My freckles, Hoya freckles, is doing well. It came to me with just these 3 leaves, so this is a new leaf. And it looks like it's working on 2 more little leaves. The verticillata, if I'm saying that correctly, just gave me this new leaf. And I think that's about all over here. My Calathea White Fusion is still alive and kicking. So I'm happy to see that. She's doing well. And my Monstera albow, I have to show y'all what's going on with Miss Missy. She is putting out a new leaf here and over here. As you know, these are, let's see, 2 different vines. We got this one and this one because a while ago this plant had root rot, and so I chopped it, and so into 2, or did I chop it into 3? I think I chopped it into 2. And so yeah, so these are 2 separate vines, as you can see. So this growth is coming from the vine on the right, on my right, and then this growth is coming from this vine. So I'm really thinking that she's enjoying that grow light up there. So yeah, and then she has another, I think I showed you all this before, but she has another, I guess, what would you call this? It kind of branched off from, no, you know what? I think this is actually, maybe I did chop it into 3. I can't even remember, because that's another plant, this one down here. So let me see. Yeah, it is. Wait a minute, how many? Okay, y'all, I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's actually 4. You know, I'm just now like really looking good at this plant. So, okay, so this is 1. And then that is another growth point, or another piece of the plant. Can't think of my words. And then here is another piece. And then, I don't know if I can get back there, but then there's another one back there. So it's actually 4. It's 4 vines in this pot. Y'all, I don't even know what I be talking about, but yeah. So just the 2 vines have, just 2 of the vines have made it up to the top, but it's actually 4. All right, and then look at these aerial roots. Oh my goodness, look at this one. It's gonna be long enough where I can put it down into the soil. That's what I try to do with the aerial roots. I try to put them back down into the soil so the plant can get more nutrients. All right, so enough on that one. Let's see what else I can show you. I'm gonna show you my Mayoi. Now, this Mayoi, I tried to pull it out of the corner because I believe that the plant was suffering from cold damage because some of the leaves were yellowing like this one. You see that, those markings? So I'm thinking that it's cold damage because it is kind of chilly over here in this corner. And even though I have heaters on, I'm not for sure if they're reaching back here enough. But I want to show you just how this plant just keeps growing and growing. Okay, so this is a new leaf. And sometimes I do have to help this plant unfurl new leaves because the humidity is not the greatest. I have been running my humidifier these last couple of days, but this is also a new leaf right there. And let's see. This is another one that I've chopped, so it has, it's just gone crazy because I put the cuttings, after I root them, I put them back in with the mother plant, so that's why it's so full. So this is a growth point. This is another one. Here is another one. Here's another one. So you can kind of see where I chopped the plant. Like I chopped it right there. I also chopped it right here. And so, yeah, it's just, oh, and right here. Chopped it right there. Wait a minute. Right there. So, I don't know. I hope it continues to do well in this cold weather. Like I said, I do see some damage, unfortunately, on some of the leaves. But for the most part, it seems to be doing okay. See that yellowing on the edges of the leaves? I'm not for sure if that's from cold damage or maybe underwatering, because I am very careful when it comes to watering this plant, and I tend to err on the drier side with this one. So that is the Mayoi. Okay, so now I think I'm going to move back this way. My philodendron jungle boogie is always, she just never stops, y'all. This is a new leaf. And I think I showed you the flower the last time in my last video, but it still hasn't opened up. And it looks like it's getting, I don't know what that is. Maybe another flower. But yeah, this one never stops growing. And my Hoya Chelsea seems to be liking it in her new spot because she's underneath this track grow light setup. So she seems to be doing well. And then I'm gonna come back over here and show you, update you on some of my begonia. Let's see, where do I want to start? Okay, so my crackling Rosie is finally putting out a new leaf. This is one of the ones that was damaged by, I'm thinking, the granules, the systemic granules. But look at that new leaf. And then these are her roots. This glass is kind of dirty, so I don't know if you can see it, but I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do with all of these begonia that I have in water. If I'm gonna try them out in pond or just put them back in soil. Let me know what y'all think I should do. And if you actually grow begonia in pond and you've had experience with doing it and they've done well, please let me know, please. This is the Brevere Mosa. This is the newest leaf. For some reason, these leaves are curled at the end. It's probably, I think this is a plant that likes higher humidity, and maybe that's why they're curled up at the ends. I don't know, but still seems to be doing well. And you can see those roots, has a lot of roots. Oh, it looks like it has another, let's see, growth right there. And then those are the roots. And this Catherine, y'all, she is just doing the most. And it's funny because these are her two of the older leaves. But the pattern on the new leaves is a little bit different. But look at those, and they're massive. This is the newest one. But look how pretty that is. See how different it looks from the older leaf? But yeah, so this one is doing very well. And my maculata is doing okay. Here's a new leaf right there. Actually, is that two? Sinbad is doing well too. Has a little two little baby leaves down in there. And y'all, what is this? What is that? That's a good question. I'm about to tell you. This here, y'all are not going to be able to believe this. This is my Aglaonema Red Legacy that I purchased not too long ago. As soon as I got that plant, the lower leaves just started to yellow. So I checked the roots. There was some root rot. And so I cut off the damaged roots, put it back in soil, and it just continued to decline for whatever reason. It just seemed to never adapt well to my environment. But yeah, that's the latest leaf. Y'all be quiet. But it does have some growth points. You see those growth points? Any other time, I probably would have just thrown this one away, but it's a very pretty Aglaonema, and it was not cheap. So I'm trying to see if I can get it to grow back, but you can see the growth points on the stalk. And if you can believe it, this is my, what is this? Piper. This is my Piper crocatum, y'all. This is what's left. Y'all know that is a shame. But yeah, that's what's left. And you can see those roots, and it looks like it's trying to do something up here. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all that because we all have our struggles with our plants. You know, nobody is perfect at plant care. So yeah, that is what's going on there. The rest of my begonias seem to be doing well. I do have some new begonia that I have purchased, and I will show you those in another video. But yeah, that's about all for the begonia. And down here, of course, my aglaonema are doing very well. Oh, and I want to show y'all my alocasia suhirmaniana that I'm very proud of because, as you know, I lost my favorite one, my chantrieri, and that just hurt my heart so much. But this one is just making me very happy. I do eventually want to get another chantrieri, but I think I'm gonna wait until spring. But yeah, isn't that leaf beautiful? It's doing very well. Okay, y'all, that is pretty much it for my updates. This is what the temperature is out here right now because I have the heater off because it makes a lot of noise. But I'm about to turn it back on. We're actually supposed to get more snow. Today. Today is Tuesday. I think it's the 21st. So yeah, we're supposed to get more snow. I think they said 2 to 3 inches, but yep. So everything is doing pretty well considering the cold weather. Still getting growth. So I guess that's a good thing. So if you've made it this far, thank you. If you enjoyed this content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And also check me out on Instagram for more planty content, okay? So don't forget to go back to that video, my video before last, because I think my last video was a short. So the video before last, make sure you watch that video and make sure you vote on the melanochrysum or varicosum down in the comments. Okay, y'all? All right, stay safe, stay warm. And until the next time, hooked on houseplants, y'all. Bye.